still remember the first time I tried to speak English in front of others. My heart was beating fast, and my mind was even faster, but not in English. Every sentence started in my native language. Then I tried to translate it word by word into English. By the time I finished translating, the moment to speak was already gone. This was my biggest problem. I didn't think in English. I translated. At that time, I believed good English meant perfect grammar and big words. So, before speaking, I checked everything in my head: tense, sentence structure, pronunciation. This made me slow and nervous. Sometimes I stayed silent because I was afraid of making mistakes. One day, something small changed my thinking. I was watching a simple English video, not for study, just for fun. The speaker used very easy words, no complex grammar, no pressure. I noticed something interesting. I understood him without translating. The meaning came directly to my mind. That moment felt like a light turning on. I asked myself, if I can understand English without translating, why can't I speak the same way? From that day, I decided to change my habit. I started thinking in English, slowly and simply. When I woke up, I said in my mind, I am waking up. When I drank water, I am drinking water. No translation, just direct English thoughts. At first, it felt strange. My brain wanted to go back to my native language, but I didn't fight it. I stayed patient. I allowed mistakes. I spoke broken English, but I spoke honestly. I also stopped memorizing difficult words. Instead, I used simple sentences again and again. I talked to myself in English while walking, cooking, or traveling. Sometimes I made silly sentences, but I didn't care. I was training my mind, not my grammar book. Slowly, something beautiful happened. My fear started disappearing. My speaking became faster. Words came naturally. I realized an important truth. Fluency is not about perfection. It is about connection. When I stopped translating, I started communicating. Now, when I speak English, I don't hear my native language in my head anymore. I think in English, simple English, real English. And because of that, I feel confident. As my habit of thinking in English became stronger, I noticed changes in my daily life. Earlier, English was something I studied. Now, English became something I used. When someone spoke to me in English, I didn't panic anymore. I didn't search for words in my native language. I just replied with whatever English came to my mind. There were mistakes. Many mistakes. Sometimes people corrected me. Sometimes they smiled and understood anyway. And that taught me another important lesson. Communication is more important than correction. I remember one moment clearly. I was talking to a stranger in English. My sentences were not perfect, but I finished the conversation without stopping or feeling ashamed. After that, I smiled to myself and thought, today, I spoke English. I didn't translate. I just spoke. That small success gave me big confidence. I also changed the way I listened. Instead of translating English into my native language, I focused on the idea. I listened to short English stories, simple conversations, and daily life videos. I didn't pause to translate every word. If I missed a word, I moved on. Slowly, my brain learned to understand English naturally. Thinking in English made my mind calm. Speaking in English made my heart brave. Now, when people ask me how I improved my English, I don't give them difficult rules. I tell them my story. I say, start small, think simple, stop translating. Because English is not a math problem. It is a language of feelings, thoughts, and expression. Today, I am still learning, but I am no longer afraid. English is now a part of my daily life, not a burden. And every time I speak, I remember the old me. Silent, scared, and translating in my head. Then I smile. Because that person learned one powerful habit. Think in English, and your voice will find its confidence. And even today, this habit continues to guide me. There are moments when I don't know the exact English word. Earlier, this would stop me completely. Now, I do something different. I explain the idea using simple words. I don't wait for the perfect word. I move forward. This keeps the conversation alive and my confidence stays strong. I also learned to be kind to myself. When I make a mistake, I don't say, my English is bad. I say, I am learning. This mindset changed everything. Thinking in English is not just about language, it is about courage. It is about allowing yourself to be imperfect and still speak. Sometimes I remember my old habit of translating sentence by sentence. That habit made English feel heavy. Now, thinking in English makes it feel light, like a natural flow. My thoughts don't stop at the border of my native language anymore. They move freely. One simple practice helped me a lot. At night, before sleeping, I replay my day in English. I met a friend. I worked hard today. I felt happy. These small reflections trained my brain to live in English, not just study it. Today, when I look back, I understand something very clearly. English didn't change me. I changed the way I approached English. I stopped translating. I started thinking. And slowly, I started speaking with confidence. This is not a magic trick. It is a habit, built every day, one simple thought at a time. If you are struggling like I once did, remember this. You don't need perfect English to start. You need the courage to think in English. And once you do, your journey truly begins.